Welcome to MWR Life on Air. Our guests on today's show will include Mike Childers from Air Assault Auto to talk with us about vehicle inspections, maintenance, storage, and even how you can use them to buy or sell a vehicle. Tara Goodson will be here to share information on upcoming events and activities, as well as what you can expect to see in the July issue of the MWR Family and Single Soldier Life magazines. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Air Assault Auto is much more than just a place to get your oil changed. Mike Childers is here with me to talk about the various services that they have to offer. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Well, thank you.
I'm so glad you're here to tell us about all the different things that Air Assault Auto can do, but why don't you start out by telling me where you're located?
We're located in two locations, actually. Our main facility is a self-service center at 58th and Tennessee, right across from simulators. And we're at Building 5300 Airborne Street.
So there's two different ways that you can have things done at Air Assault Auto. One is to do it yourself at the self-service center, and the other is to bring it to Air Assault Auto, which is kind of right across from Hooper Bowling Center.
Yes.
And, of course, that's where I go because I'm not doing any of that stuff myself. I'm letting you guys fix my cars. Anybody, just like me, I've got a problem with my car. What do I do?
If you do not want to mess with it yourself, you call our facility down across from Hooper Bowling Center and make an appointment. Talk to Stan on the phone, tell him what's up with your vehicle, bring it in, and we do our best to meet your expectations.
Now, what if it's not running at all? Do you have a way to get it to your facility without driving it?
I'm glad you brought that up. We have a 24-hour towing section with 3 wreckers currently and a 4th one on the way.
Is there a radius or an area that those wreckers can go to? For example, can they go outside the gates?
They can go outside the gates. We've actually been to North Carolina, California.
Wow.
We've transported vehicles everywhere. We have no boundaries.
So if my car were to break down, say at 2 in the morning in the area of exit 11, I could call your service and you could pick it up and tow it. Now, would you tow it directly to your repair facility, or will you tow it any place? Say I wanted it to go back to my house.
We would tow it to your house.
Okay.
And we would respond within an hour.
Wow.
To be to your location.
That's pretty personal service. Who can use that towing? Can anybody, or just people with ID cards?
It was designed for most folks with ID cards, the military, but anybody that has access to work at Fort Campbell can use our facility.
So civilians or soldiers. It's probably a great resource for spouses, especially during a deployment, to know that you guys are there to help them take care of their vehicles.
It is, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on. We get nice comments from spouses when their husband's deployed, thanking us for the service that we give. A lot of the ladies and guys, they're a little bit mechanic shy. And,
right. You want to know that somebody has your best interests at heart, and being here on the installation, we know that you understand.
We do.
Soldiers and deployments, and you want to make sure that people aren't taken advantage of.
Right.
We did mention, of course, it's a place where you can go to get a quick and easy oil change. I've dropped my car off in the morning and picked it up later that same day, and I work right here on post, so that's very convenient. But what about more extensive work that needs to be done, like an air conditioning tune-up or something like that?
We do AC service, tune-up services, transmission, any of the minor services, that's what we call those, is normally done in the same day.
Okay.
A lot of the newer vehicles, they're very complex. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, but it wouldn't matter if it was us or the Ford dealer or the Dodge dealer, for that matter.
Take care of any kind of car.
Any kind of car for any kind of problem other than body work.
So you have certified mechanics, ASE certified mechanics.
11 of them.
Wow, that's wonderful. And so you do almost any kind of service to a car, a winterizing. What about if I'm going on a trip and I need to have my car looked over before I go to make sure I'm safe?
We do a very thorough inspection. We call it a pre-trip inspection. We look at everything from your air pressure. We scan it. We look them over very well on the pre-trip.
What about something like, okay, we know soldiers love to make their cars their own and personalize them. You have a really big shop, and there's lots of things in there to buy. Sound is one of the things that you can work on.
We have one of the largest, I feel, audio sections anywhere. I mean, you don't see it all, but our upstairs is full of it. And whatever you would want, we have there, and what we don't have, we can get.
Well, and the bonus to a soldier would be that you're tax-free.
Very.
So that would be a better price in a lot of cases than outside the gate. Now, what about if a car needs something repaired and you don't have the part in stock? Can you still get it, remodel of car it is?
We can. We can special order it. A lot of folks are driving the Suzus today. The parts are getting harder to get because they haven't made a passenger vehicle in a few years now, but we do source those parts. Just the other day, a fellow needed a part for his Mitsubishi. There's no Mitsubishi dealer in Clarksville or Nashville.
Wow.
So we had to go to Sam Swope in Louisville to get the parts for his vehicle.
But you'll still take care of stuff like that for folks.
Care of.
Let's just say I wanted to learn how to change my own oil. Is that something that I could do at the self-service center?
That's something you could do at the self-service center very quickly. Or if you had 9 or 10 friends and you wanted a basic class on changing your oil, want to know what your brakes look like, how to take a tire off, check this, check that, we would offer that also.
Is there a fee for a class like that?
There is nothing. We just ask that you have 7 or more people.
Well, that's a really great service that you do, especially for a spouse group or an FRG group. Now, beyond the scope of talking about cars and automobiles, lots of soldiers and their families have other modes of transportation that they perhaps can't store at their home, an RV, or maybe they've got a camper, or maybe even a boat. Those kinds of things are something that Air Assault Auto offers a storage service for. Tell me about that.
We do. We offer our Gate 7 storage, is where you put a lot of your bigger campers and trucks, which is well secured and lit. And we also have another lot at Air Assault Street, which is right up the street from us. That's a very highly prized lot. It's very hard to get in there because it's so close, but we have room for everybody and everything.
I see everything from, fishing boats to golf carts in that lot. But there's another lot that you maintain that's right beside your facility, and that's for someone who wants to sell things.
That's our resale lot.
Okay.
It's very out in the open. People see it. They drive past it all day and all night. It's lit.
It's secure.
It's secure. You have 24-hour access to walk in the lot, but the actual main gate where the vehicles could be pulled in and out is locked.
Okay.
At 5 in the afternoon till 7 in the morning.
So it's secure for someone who wants to put something in there to sell, but ultimately they're still responsible for making the contact with people who want to buy and arranging the purchase. But they get an extra service by putting it in the lot with you, and there's a small fee for putting it in the lot.
It is, but what you get out of that is we take pictures of the vehicles. We put them online. You can access them on MWR.com, Fort Campbell, and you can see the vehicles that's in there. And of course, it'll have the person's name and the phone number, so you can call them. You don't even have to leave your house to check to access the lot.
You could literally shop from home and look and call and then make an arrangement to meet the person there if you wanted to test drive it during business hours so that it could be driven out of the lot.
If you have a vehicle on our regular storage lot, and we do verify that you're a paying customer and online with us because we just can't give this information to anybody.
Right.
You have access to your boat, camper, or car 24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
Okay.
365 a year,
That's
via a code that we give you.
people who are storing
People
items.
that are storing, yes.
But if they're selling,
If they're selling, that lot is closed at night.
you have to
So,
do that in the business
Right.
hours. Still, I mean, when you think about the access that you're controlling and that's safe, and so many people see your vehicle on that resale lot, it's worth a few dollars to have it online, to know that it's secure, and to have so many people driving by it at that location.
It is a great peace of mind to most people to know their vehicle's there and safe.
For you now, those cars that are in that lot for sale, is that something that you could do a pre-sale inspection on as well?
We can and we do quite often.
Because, we say buyer beware when you're thinking about buying a used car, but it couldn't be more convenient than having it right there at Air Assault Auto.
It's there and it's easy.
Anything else that's going on? I mean, it seems like there's so much going on at Air Assault Auto, but you guys do some fun stuff too, don't you?
Every third Friday, we have what we call a Hot Dog Friday. They started last year, and they started off a little slow. And every third Friday, they just keep progressively getting larger and larger and larger. As a matter of fact, the Garrison Commander even stopped in last Friday and had a hot dog with us. But
Now tell me, why do you do that?
Well, we initially did it to welcome everybody back home. And then, folks will come up to us and say, hey, when are you going to do that again? Can we do that again? And we thought, yeah, let's do that again. But it started out as welcome the guys back.
Yeah.
And it's grown into the guys now are bringing their families. We have whole families. They come and they sit and they have a good time. And there's some of the people that we see, we look forward to seeing them. We know they're going to be there. So
it's just a way to connect and make a sense of community around the place that you do business. And that's another really cool thing about Fort Campbell. For so many people, this isn't just a place that you go to work for 8 hours a day.
Right.
So I know you guys are doing a lot of great things out there. Where's the best place to look for information? If you had questions or, it was after business hours and you wanted to find some stuff out, where would you go?
The Fort Campbell website, MWR.com.
And if you had a question during the business day and you wanted to ask a real life person, what number should we call?
956-1100, 956-1101.
And one more phone number I know that people are going to want to make sure they have, and that's where do you call for that 24-hour towing? During
the day, you would call 956-1611. Of course, area code's 270. But at night, you would call 931-980-3262 or 980-3226, and that would get either one of our guys.
That sounds like a cell phone number, so it's literally calling the person who drives the truck.
It is, and he will respond within. We should have you picked up within the hour unless something happens.
Or you're really, really busy.
Right. And we get that way sometimes.
I would imagine, but busy is a good way to be when you're doing business for soldiers and families. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Mike. I hope you'll come back when there's more stuff to tell us.
I will.
Stay tuned after the break for a visit from Tara Goodson. We'll be right back.
Let your voice be heard. Get involved with BOSS. Better opportunities for single soldiers.
Whether you're new to the Army, in a new place, or back from deployment, let your voice be heard.
Quality of life, community service, recreation and leisure. 3 pillars that guide this outstanding program.
Join your fellow single soldiers. Get active with BOSS. Learn more at boss.armymwr.com.
BOSS, the voice of the single soldier.
Let your voice be heard.